Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so let's get into divine masculine and divine feminine reading. I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to start with, what does the divine masculine need to know about the journey at this time? So thank you, divine creator. What is it divine masculines need to know about the journey at this time? Ooh, we got this like sometime this year. So Ace of Swords in the reverse, divine masculines, you are believing a lie right now in some regard. So let's get some more information on that. What is this misconception that the divine masculines are having at this time? We get health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So there's something about pushing health and wellness to the max. And trust, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So there might have been a scare. Divine masculines, you might have been privy to some kind of, I'm hearing even a diagnosis, something like that. I don't usually like to go in the realm of health because these are technically for entertainment purposes, but I am getting the card of health and trust here. So you're meant to trust your voice right now, divine masculines, regarding something or some kind of thing that's manifesting in your world that is not a truth right now. Ooh, I'm getting for some that you're connected with a karmic partner. Doesn't need to be romantic. Could be a family member, a colleague. There's somebody who is crying wolf about health. And if there are diagnoses going on, get a second opinion right now, divine masculines. So how does this relate to the journey? It could be just a diversion tactic. There could be somebody that's manipulating with health to pull you away from your divine connection. Trust your inner voice. If there's any funny business going on, divine masculines, you might be using your health or pretending you're ill right now so that you can buy yourself time for trusting your intuition as well. So divine feminines, your divine counterpart might be coming down with something, or there just seems to be maybe like, if you are feeling maxed out, divine masculines, and your health is potentially something that you're falling back on right now, just make sure you use it to get into your intuition. If that's happening for you, what an interesting message. I want to get a little bit more. What would divine masculines say to their divine feminines about this health card and the misconception energy? Oh, we're getting the Ace of Swords here, and will you choose me? So yeah, whatever's going on, divine masculines, it does seem to be a decision making, space holding, buying time. Like something has gotten to this extreme where things are so out of alignment, it's really far from your truth, or you're needing to get in touch with your truth to the point your health is suffering, or you are desperate to create some space for yourself by pretending that your health is suffering so that you can finally carve out some me time. But divine feminines, this is also, they can actually decide whether they want this connection or not. So for divine masculines watching, let's see. Ooh, words do hurt fell out just now. What would the divine feminines? So Ace of Swords can also be truthful communication. This can be that divine masculines need to say something for the record. Divine feminine, they might want to actually tell you the truth in this scenario. Whatever's going on, there's two things playing out right now. But because we got the sword of truth in the upright for the message to the feminines, the divine masculines do want to come clean or tell you what's really going on. when maybe there are smoke and mirrors happening on their side with some karmic situation, or they're at a place where they're needing to create a buffer so they can get back in touch with their heart because they've gone so far out of alignment with their truth. They don't even know what their inner voice is saying right now fully. Like, it's like they're just so close. But what would Divine Feminines say in response? Listen to your heart then, Divine Masculines. It has the light. Love and light, Divine Masculines. So words do hurt. Absence of words hurts. Half-truths hurt. This is about being impeccable with speech, coming into alignment. We really literally get this truth or not kind of energy. So Divine Masculines, this is really whatever is going on, however that resonated. It is about being authentic and honoring your truth. Not even owning it, because owning your truth can have a bit of ego or activism in it. We can own it, we can embody it to the point where there isn't that resistance in any shape or form when it becomes us, when it becomes our way of life. So it feels like a developmental stage that this truth is going to be honored through your life from this point out, and this is like a threshold of really aligning with it in a new way. Okay, what can we see for the Divine Feminines? What do the Divine Feminines need to know about the journey at this time? And we get Three of Swords. So, I mean, Two of the Swords just showed up in the masculine reading, but let's see, this came out on the neutral. So take a neutral approach to everything that comes to you or that you might be resonating with regarding that masculine message, and just know that everything will be sorted in time. You don't need to know which it is right now, because there's a lot of undecided, unwritten, not set in stone energy at this time. It's volatile, it's in between worlds, it's between scenarios. What can we see for Divine Feminines? Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. We do have this contrasting energy, but when we can come into neutrality, the overview, objective observation, we can see it without getting our emotions in a knot. We can trust what our heart has to say, but that does not mean that it's emotionally based. Our heart has clarity, it has wisdom, and so our heart isn't just strictly emotion, but it is a good indicator. So if we're out of alignment, we're in suffering. If we're in emotional turmoil, the thoughts that we're thinking are not entirely true, and we can keep working towards the unconditional loving truth. That is what our heart is really good at, neutralizing the things. Mostly just not taking it personally, whatever's going on right now for the masculines as they seek to really own their truth at this time. So what are the Divine Feminines meant to do with this adversity and neutrality? I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. This is a card of envy. It's coming out for the feminines. So just understand that if you have certain actions, reactions in your life, others have those too. And just as you're doing the best you can with what you have to work with, I'm hearing clearly your divine counterpart also is doing the best they can with what they have to work with. We are the same. Everybody has different challenges. People express them in different ways. We learn in different ways, and we go through the same kinds of lessons in different scenarios as other humans do. And so it's not personal. It really truly is just where each person is at. So don't take it personally, Divine Feminines. Okay, let's look at what we can for the Divine, let's do a Divine Masculine check-in. So where are the Divine Masculines at regarding these connections? They're Divine Feminine on the heart space. I just saw the Four of Wands. What are they feeling on the heart space specifically for their divine counterpart. What is the wish for the connections at this time? What is the action the divine masculines are taking? What is the biggest challenge? What is the spirit-guided solution for that challenge? Where is the connection going in the near future? Ooh, I actually forgot I was going to do a little bit of an energetic connection spread. So I'm going to shuffle the clarifying deck. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to get into the Starseed Oracle connection spread I was going to do, but these will be sitting and waiting for what we need. Okay, so where are the divine counterparts at? Divine feminines on the left, masculines on the right, connective energy in the middle, and what is coming up as the next puzzle to work between the two. Okay, divine feminines get Prism of Existence, one of my twin flame cards. The connective space is peace, tranquility, and dissolution. So things are falling away. We are meant to be balancing out in peace right now. Patience. Masculines are getting 2. We're getting spiritual strength, virtue, and valor, and universal understanding and objective observation. Yeah, we're getting those messages that divine masculines are having to rest on their own spiritual strength right now, come into their own overcoming, so that they can be objective about everything in their lives at this time, not through the connections, not through karmic situations, but literally in their own right, with their own guides, their own leadership. And coming up in the future, we have divination, intuition, and inner vision. So there's still going to be a lot of meditation energy going on for the next little while. So for probably the next 3 or so weeks, we're getting a lot of this third eye, crown chakra, independent hermit energy. Really looking at the things that no longer serve, letting go false paradigms or obsolete beliefs, having a lot of patience, just being in peace. I heard being in nature, following our own path, whatever that may be. But regarding the connection, just giving it sacred, soft space right now. For the divine feminines, we have separation, extension, independence, and identity. Your divine counterpart needs to come into their own. If you are at a certain place which requires a certain reciprocation, your divine counterpart needs to be able to provide that, but the energy can't go very far before they have to have a growth spurt. And sometimes the divine feminines take space, sometimes the divine masculines take space, or friend zone happens. So it does feel like right now this is a reminder, divine feminines, just be good on your own and trust that your divine counterpart needs this massive energetic reboot to come into their own truth. And divine masculines, this is your time to shine your own intuitive understanding into some of the far reaches of your psyche. This feels like a big deal for divine masculines right now. Really looking at the big picture, really looking at what the spiritual right thing to do is by your own hearts, and just allowing the peace to be there for all right now. As we do this deep inner work, coming through Capricorn season, going into Aquarius. Yeah. Let's just get one more card for this intuition going forward. Inner vision, divination, intuition for the masculines. What are the divine masculines being guided to meditate on? Passion. There's that life purpose thing coming in. So the frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. So patience, tranquility, disillusion, inner vision, intuition. We're moving into the cure for anger, for pent-up, misguided emotion, and we're beginning to directionalize it, divine masculines, channeling the passion into productive ways. You're not going to be at the mercy of emotional unbalanced energy anymore. This is a meditation time for you to come into healthy acknowledgement of your emotions, your reactions, your interpretations of things, and to learn to find your voice so you can advocate and own and honor your emotions so that it doesn't create blockages. It assists in finding the balance within the intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So Divine Masculines, you are channeling and learning how to move your intensity into productive things, into neutrality, into compassion, into unconditional love. So any of the suffering, the lower vibrational emotions, I just saw 1551, so mirroring in your twin journey, whatever has caused you to feel like you are not a master, that you are weak, that you are ill-equipped, that you are hopeless, helpless, rock bottom, the odd one out, whatever that is that has pushed you there, this is your opportunity to really be honest with those emotions. You are justified with what you are dealing with and where you've been at, but this is your opportunity to start moving that energy in positive ways so it doesn't hold you back anymore in your life. So it doesn't hold you back in these connections anymore. So that you're not Jekyll and Hyde, suppressing your true feelings, so that you can live fully, transparently, and be proud of who you are in all regard. You are lovable, Divine Masculines. So this is about really finding that balance and the wisdom through all of these rites of passage that you're going through. Anger is informative, but we don't have to stay in anger. Once we move up the frequency ladder into unconditional love, compassion, neutrality, we are not at the mercy of anger anymore because we've learned how to work with that. So Divine Masculines, you are coming up out of anger into passion, and that is where you really do overcome the anger. It's no longer reactionary, it's more conscious. It's not something to take personal anymore. That words do hurt card that's coming up. There's no more pettiness. When we move into passion, we're not so concerned with the back and forth between people. We're not as triggered. We're not as confused. We say what we mean. We do what we say. And we hold space for others that we see aren't able to do that, if that's what's in our vicinity. So pay attention, Divine Masculines, when people are authentic, balanced. This is how you get there. This is how you get into more alignment with your feminine, is to balance out your emotions. Your Divine Feminine is an incredibly balanced emotional being. And so in order to meet your Divine Feminine in that space, you are coming through this rite of passage, learning to channel anger into passion, up into neutrality, and therefore up into compassion going forward. What can we see for the Divine Feminine's intuitive space? Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to the Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us all. So this is the birthing of the masculine polarity, that we can hold space, that we can connect in nature, that we can ground this, that we can remember outside of this incarnation that we are all stardust. So Divine Feminines, go into that cosmic place that knows that this life, this earth experience is raw. You've come through a lot of the emotional processing. The feminine typically is more evolved in the emotional realms, coming into mastery, more astute because of the moon cycles. There is a more rapid cycling emotional calendar that the feminines naturally align with. And so the masculines are just now being given permission on this grand yoga level, to come into mastery of these things that they've been hiding, stuffing down, suppressing, resisting, out of a need to keep control and be stoic and to know the answers, to be the Godhead, that patriarchal thing. So divine masculines, come out of that slavery, the binding of that, and just know that you are worthy, that you are meant to experience your emotions in a way that is constructive, but you have to feel it to heal it. Divine feminines, just ground into this unconditional love right now. Do not take it personally. Okay, let's get into the divine masculine reading. So conscious mind for these connections, specialization and love messages. Knight of Cups. So divine masculines are getting into this Eight of Coins, the next level, understanding of the journey. This is about the connection to feminine. So divine masculines are very conscious of how high frequency the love is here. It's not mundane. It's not like other connections. They do recognize how much it compels them to step into their full potential, even beyond what they once thought their potential was. Two of Wands, victory. So no matter what happens, the two are going to this destination of union. Divine masculines know that there are not too many people, if any others, other than you, divine feminine, that resonate with the things that they feel that they are aware of in their inner worlds. You are closer than anyone in that. They are understanding that. I'm clearly getting that in the midst of the emotionality, that you are a calm, tranquil, happy place, or at least a different, smoother energy than the other examples in their life. And that is helping them see progress. What can we see for the divine masculines' conscious thoughts of divine feminine? Knight of Cups for the second time. So that is the love, the appreciation, the gratitude. And the Five of Cups here is in the reverse, saying, paying attention to the love in these storylines. This is a mourning, grieving card, so something may have happened that has brought distance or separation in the connection, where there's been a fear that it was lost, that it was not viable, that it couldn't be accessed. And here there's this surrender, appreciation. So even if the divine masculines feel like it is irreparable at this time, which we all go through times in the journey where we feel like all hope is lost, they are appreciating the love at very least, and they're letting their emotions kind of wash over them about you. It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Divine masculines are really taken with the fact that maybe you did come closer than anything. They're seeing, wow, I just got the message. They're seeing how you were the answer to prayer. Even if you weren't in the package they thought that you should have come in, or what they thought the ideal was, all the boxes are checked when we go into the energetic requirements, what they wanted to manifest, the type of partner, the type of kind, loving, wise, gracious, elegant, funky, creative, innovative person that they wanted. Even if they didn't see it fully at the time, you are certainly, ironically, all those things. They're seeing that more now. Whatever kept them in fear, whatever obstacles told them that they weren't able to access this love with you, that is changing. Their emotions are too strong for them to fight that truth anymore. They are having to admit to themselves. They're having to admit to themselves that whatever those deal breaker assumptions were, they no longer apply. I see tears. I see crying this out and really feeling like they appreciate you in a new way, Divine Feminine. On the heart space, what can we see for the connection? Death. The transformation, child of the great transformers, and the Three of Orbs. That's the third party stuff, the heartache, the resistance, that blockage that was keeping them away. This is on the heart space, so there is a lot of remorse, there's heartache, there is grieving. We're in the 5 stages of grief right now from something that's happened, that's brought separation, that's some third party dissolution, karmic dissolution. This Divine Masculine's clearing the slate in their lives. Everything has come to an ending. They cannot continue to pretend that they can have their cake and eat it too, I just heard. Union. So death to the third party situations. That means necessary endings to spreading themselves too thin, needing more than you, Divine Feminine. They know that this connection offers them the real deal. If they're not seeing through the turmoil right now that it's possible to be in union with you, Divine Feminine, they know that they can't settle for less than this kind of relationship. They can certainly not settle for the karmic scenario, even if they don't know if this connection is accessible, if they've screwed it up too badly. They still know they have to end the karmic situation for their own reasons. Whatever that third loyalty was, that other option, they know that is not where it's at. They don't know if this connection is possible because they're in the death throes, the grieving process, but they know that thing is no longer their preference. What can we see on the heart space for the Divine Feminine? Ooh, anxiety, codependency, en route to becoming single and able to pursue. But there's a lot of anxiety because it's that elastic band. It's farthest from what it could be. So there's a great distance here that they know they still have to go. They know they've got their work cut out for them. They know that there is anxiety over this. Where there's a will, there's a way. It's like a humbling moment I'm feeling here where they realize that they don't want to be without you, but they are so far from being able to be with you right now. I'm getting that feeling like they can't even really find the words. What can we see? What voice can we give to the Nine of Orbs from the Divine Masculines to the Feminines at this time? I'm sorry in the reverse. So they can't even bring themselves to say I'm sorry, and I'm getting because if they don't go through this, they can't appreciate this love and live this love. So if ultimately it brings them into union, is sorry really the right thing? It's more like I'm working on it, I'm getting there, I'm seeing the light. But sorry is misguided when it's actually the solution to have to get to these places that cause us to have to face these things. Who should be sorry for that? No one. We should be cheering that on. What else? 2 big, huge things came out. We got 1 wand. I am coming, trust in the reverse. So this is the passionate new beginning, the life purpose, getting a handle on things, getting a grip on my life, I just heard, figuring out what I'm here to do, becoming extraordinary me, I just heard. I'm coming, trust. So this means that they want to come forward. They do want to make it. They do want to step onto their higher timelines. They're wondering how the heck they're going to do it, but they know it's like they're taking a deep breath and saying, okay, I'm going to do this. I am going to be my full potential. I'm addicted to you, yeah, nah. So they're also seeing how maybe they weren't addicted to you. Maybe it was that you are part of this inspiration going forward. So they're starting to really look at the intensity, the attraction that they have had for you, the influence you've had in their journey. They're starting to see it wasn't addiction. They thought it was this binding, powerfully controlling force. And now they see it wasn't. It was their soul, their heart, pulling them towards their destiny. So divine masculines are realizing in this anxiety that they got it all wrong. And they are feeling so connected with you, divine feminine, in this space that they're in. What else? More messages. Chatty, chatty. Wrongful advice. There is someone else. I'm too afraid to talk to you. Whew. So there is somebody that has gotten into their energy, gotten into their minds, that has planted the opposite energy to you and was oh so clever about it. That can be a karmic partner, a family member, a business person, a friend, a professional, a psychologist, a counselor. Somebody has said something to the divine masculines that has scarred them for life, I just heard. Unless they consciously see that implanted belief, that wrongful advice, and trust their heart impeccably, they are serving two masters, because their heart wants this love, and yet that third energy got in there so deeply and caused them to shudder in their soul when they realized that whatever that energetic or belief was that you triggered their core fundamental material realm beliefs, divine feminine. When they realized you were at odds with that, and that's what happens on this journey, divine feminine, you were the actual core opposing, polar opposite, but opposing energy to whatever this deep core belief was. They had to remove themselves from that in order to find their own truth. They are seeing that whatever that was misguided. But this is a really tender scenario. You have so many choices and options. So they know how easy it was for them to choose this other paradigm over your connection. And so now all of a sudden they're very nervous that you're not going to be able to tell true connection as well. And what else? You already know, and I'm open to compromise. Divine counterparts, divine masculines don't want to compromise. It's in the reverse. What I'm getting with that is that they no longer feel at odds. There's no need for a compromise because they've seen the light here. They've seen that whatever was coming up against the idea that they couldn't be with you, divine feminine, they now see that was flat out wrong. So the Ace of Swords, that it's not an issue. Whatever that other thing is, they somehow have come across or are about to see with those Ace of Swords in the reverse at the beginning of the reading. I'm curious to go watch that back knowing that this just came out. Whatever that Ace of Swords is, they are about to understand how they got a foundational paradigm wrong. They're about to see that however that ended up being part of their psyche, their way of life, that it was faulty, that it came from fear, that it came from a faulty paradigm, that it was a slippery slope. It wasn't a truth. It was imprinted, it was ingrained, it was given to them by the world, by parents, by past situations, but it wasn't true. And it literally was the thing that was causing them to think they were not supposed to allow a love like this. Wow. So that's big. What can we see for the actions divine masculines are taking towards the divine feminines? They're surrendering the Magus of power. They're taking their empowerment and they are allowing this love to sink in on a new level now that they've seen that faulty logic. Victory is on the table here. It's not quite public knowledge, but now they know that they could one day have this connection celebrated with no qualms about it in broad daylight. They haven't seen all of the ways that can work yet, but they're hoping for it again. They're on track for it. They want it. Their heart chakras are open. They don't know how to get to you just yet in this way, divine feminine. They don't know how to get from where they are to this victory, but they want this victory. I just heard I will go to the ends of the earth. I will do whatever it takes. So the divine masculines have some conviction now. Something has radically changed. What can we see as the biggest challenge for the masculines? Seeing through the confusion and embodying this divine masculine energy, being emotionally transparent, figuring out how to weed through the overwhelm to embody this new truth, how to initiate this new dawn. What is the solution? Life, purpose, passion, abundance, the Empress, and unconditional love. Same as it's always been. But yeah, here we have divine feminine, life, purpose, passion, unconditional self-love, and love of others. So that's, divine masculines watching this reading, keep going towards your divine feminine, keep going towards your passion, keep going towards loving yourself and others. Embody, align, ignite, believe, enjoy, celebrate, collaborate, love. What is the direction of these connections? There's another little bit of a waiting. Three of Flames, keep the thoughts light and airy. Wait for these illuminated truths to continue to download in the name of love. This expression of love, coming together, collaboration is on the table. We do have a little bit more of a period of waiting and setting intention for guidance to come in from the universe, from the divine, to be shown the steps. But the Three of Wands is before the Four of Wands, and that is union, and that is having things come into fruition. This is the Ace of Wands, this purpose. So divine feminines are being guided to keep focused on this planetary becoming, your own spiritual knowing, as the divine masculines put down all of the falsehoods of the world and go towards their passion, their purpose, where they stop taking life so seriously and play with all their hearts in this dimension, this cosmic playground that we are here to enjoy in physical form. Divine masculines, it is supposed to be a joyful thing here. Let's bring celebration back to the planet, everybody. Whoa, such a beautiful, tender reading, but love is where we're going, and it is all in the name of love. And the reason that we're bringing love in is so that we can lighten it, so we can remove the burden, so we can have that free-spirited experience in this interesting reality that we find ourselves in. What is it? Ah! What do we want to make it? Bye, everyone.